Good morning. Hello. How you doing? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you got the live notification. I just click a button and I go live. It's Monday morning here in New Zealand, would you believe? So we live in the future. So if you want to know the lotto tickets, just let me know. Now I've got a pretty full-on week this week. I've actually got a podcast that I did yesterday with the Africa guy, the one that goes scam, scam, scam. I think we should make a meme out of him. And then also I've got another video that I'm doing. I just remembered I've got to turn off my notifications so I don't get interrupted because people ring me. Recording, there we go. Anyway, so I'm about to record a whole series of videos of the meeting that actually happened on the 24th of September. And that was the one where Keith was crowned by the king. You can see in this picture, he's got his crown and he's pretty happy. And the interesting thing about this meeting is they actually have a go at me as a YouTuber, which is quite interesting. Anyway, I've gone through and I've edited 2 hours of 50 minutes worth of editing, which is just ridiculous. And I've cut out all the stupid bits and I've just put the heart of it all together. And I'm going to do a voiceover on that particular part. But when the blurry face suckerfish lady come on, she just goes on and on and on. And last night when I was editing and I thought I can't edit her thank you speech to Keith for taking on this amazing role that he's self-appointed himself as the leader of HyperNation. So I thought I would save it and do it for my warm-up video for the week. As I said, it's Monday, it's about 11 o'clock. I've got my lights on, I've got new lights. I should be looking pretty cool. I've also got my old lights. So you turn them off, turn them on. Not much difference with the old lights. But the beauty of it is I'm still going to work on my eyes. They're a wee bit dark and a bit I don't know if you can see me now, but now I can't see you. A wee bit dark. But I've always done a lot of speaker training, and it's always really important to have eye contact with people when talking because it gives you more authenticity, and that's what I'm all about. So what I'm saying, I've got these new lights, which means when I tilt my head up, you don't see the lights in my glasses. So that was great. I've spent all my YouTube money on lights. But anyway, that's really cool. So in the big video that I'm about to do, the one after this, because while I'm doing the second video, I refer to this video, but then I thought I hadn't done Whitney's video yet. So I thought I'd do it as a warm-up video. And then I thought, why don't I go live and show you guys what I'm going to do? So I'm just going to do a bit of a test. This is the screen that you'll be able to watch as I talk, where Whitney comes out and says that Keith is the best thing since sliced bread. Then I have a full screen mode and I have double screen, which basically is in case I need to bring up a note. So hopefully no one's going to ring me. I'm on private. Everything's looking good. So I thought I'd show you guys how I actually do a one-take YouTube video. I normally start with my music. I do a test. I normally push play.
Because they don't matter. They don't matter. And let me tell you, you sow what you...
Make sure that the sound is all good. And then I make a start and then I hit record. So I'm going to get ready to hit record and I'm going to start. How am I going to start this off? I'm going to start this off with good morning, welcome, good morning. Right, so everything I've just said to you guys who are watching live, I'm actually now going to repeat in the video. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to hit record and hit that button. I've got the sound. We're looking good. And also, I'm waiting for an email from the New York Times, but I'll tell you that another time. All right, so now we're going to go record and Hello, welcome to the Danny the Heck YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in, and most importantly, thank you for hitting the thumbs up button because it helps these videos get out and help me on my mission of saving people from being exposed or exploited with Ponzi schemes that are rampant on the internet at the moment. If you haven't been keeping up with current events, there's a scam-demic going on at the moment. And there's just a community that I've been part of on the outside trying to warn people from it. And they are hell-bent in believing that the leader of their community, who's just been given a new role, let me explain my picture. The Hyper community congratulates the HyperNation Global Sales Director, which is Keith Williams. And I listened to a 2-hour 50 long, what do they call them? Leadership training meeting. Yes, it was a leadership training meeting. And I basically editing it last night. And then when this lady, Whitney, comes out, who for some reason has a blurry face. So if you know who Whitney is, please do post that in the comments. And I don't know why people will be happily to take your money, but they're not willing to expose their face when everyone else has. So I don't know what her deal is. But anyway, I have labelled her, what have I labelled her? The blurry sucker fish lady. So if you're not familiar with her, let me show you why I have given her that title. If you go to my YouTube channel and you click on videos, you'll see that we did a video of her a wee while ago. Now, Whitney is a coach, and she believes that she's brilliant at coaching everyone, and she's been coaching the Hyper community members. And also, a few weeks ago, she did this video, which was absolutely appalling, basically throwing everything back across the desk to the people that had invested in HyperVerse, telling them it was all their problem. And what I got from it is I've just labelled her, she told everyone not to be a sucker fish, and it was really funny. It was one of my best videos, to be honest. So anyway, that's why I'm doing a special video just on Whitney at the moment, exposing her. So let's listen to the start of the video, how she got the title, Blurry Suckerfish Lady.
Nobody told you to quit your job.
Thank goodness. I'm a YouTuber and I love my job.
Who told you to take out your whole life savings?
Well, I didn't have much, so I just thought I'd get the whole lot and put it all down.
The only people that are happy-go-lucky are the V5s and the people that have made money.
That's going to be a,
So I'm really going to try to keep this very, very short.
She never does. Thank goodness. If you watch my first video, you see I spent an hour and a half on this section alone.
Very, very concise, really not committed to helping their team. You don't hear certain things until you're ready to hear it, but you're not actually invested in doing.
We're not here to watch her video. We're here to watch her congratulate the new king. Keith Williams, who's now given himself a role in HyperNation. If you're not familiar with this is just a snippet video, and the big video will be on, hopefully later on today, of me doing a talkover of Keith's acceptance speech. But at the end, they do a few question and answers. No one's asking questions. Everyone's coming here and blowing steam up his bottom and telling him how wonderful it is. But I think Courtney, she talks with her hands, and she's always really trying to push her own agenda. Anyway, so let's get started and let's see what she thinks about the new appointment of Keith being the global sales representative.
Whitney!
Mr. Williams!
Good to see you.
Okay, so listen, gonna keep it nice and short and sweet.
That is a lie. You are not going to keep it short and brief. This took 6.5 minutes. You only meant to take 2. Selfish.
Because again, I love everything that the leader said. I think everything has been said to you.
And this is what gets me about this community. They truly, doesn't matter what they say now, they are brainwashed. And even Keith, in the full video that you'll see in a few minutes, is telling people that people are saying they're brainwashed. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. People have been brainwashed over the last 2.5, 3 years. And there's a whole group of them in here that just think the sun shines out his backside.
I sent you a note just letting you know how proud I am of you.
Thanks.
I love to correct you. So I want to correct something that you said.
I call people leaders, individuals, and they weren't leaders. And you're absolutely right. That's the nice side of me.
I want to correct something that you said with all love, because you said that you were the same person that you were when you came in 2019.
A scammer? A multi-level marketer? Please explain us what you mean by that. Is it Whitney?
Sir, lovingly, you are not the same person. And you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Because you would not be the global director of HyperNation if you were the same person.
No.
You have put yourself through the fire. you have gone through trials and tribulations that people have.
That's a Bible terminology, if you're not familiar with that. And they do prey on the black African community who have strong religious beliefs. And I hate when they use religious undertones. Is that the right word?
Have no concept of. There are like, I really don't know if you guys truly understand what a lot of us go through when we do these calls. We become the targets of online slaughter.
Ooh, no shit.
Yeah.
To degrees that you guys cannot understand. People have attacked me in ways that I'm just like, this is crazy.
Brilliant. I must be making an impact. And on the full video, they talk about me and they pick on me. I've got a good explanation for that as well. So please do watch my next video. But I'm glad I'm making an impact. These guys know this is a Ponzi scheme. If you go to my 2 videos back, you'll see there's a guy by the name of Mike Lucas. He's lost $25,000. And I got on a Zoom meeting with him and I asked him to explain the whole process, how it went. And basically, the guy that introduced him to him held his hand and took his money, but never held his hand to show him how to get his money out, and he's lost the lot. He's devastated. And I've reached out to Keith Williams to say, you've made millions and millions. Now think about this. This is a $4 billion scam. $4 billion, yes with a B. Now, originally, you can go back to my video, there was one done around about February 2020 when it was called HyperFund. They just renamed themselves from Hyper Capital to HyperFund. And at that time, there was only 5 VIP 5s. Now, when somebody took Mike Lucas's money for $25,000, the guy that took his money or led him by the hand to put his money in would have got at least 15% of that money in rewards. How much money out of $4 million do you think that the first 5 VIPs have actually made out of the scam? Keith is a multi-millionaire. Unreal. Anyway, they deserve to be named and shamed, and that's what I'm all about. So please do hit the like button on this video when you see it.
Don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
And you are literally sabotaging or attempting to sabotage everything simply because you're not happy. And so why I am...
Socrates, that guy there, they don't know me. They don't know what I stand for. I mean, the only thing that Keith can have a go at me for is theoretically monetizing my YouTube channel and create myself a side hustle. And the other thing he picks on is the fact that I rent my house. And the other thing he picks on is my cheap suit. They've got nothing about me other than me trying to expose people and help people see that these are Ponzi schemes, and if they invest, they will lose their money. Going back to Mike Lucas's video, go and watch it. Listen to his words. See whether he knew what he was investing in. These guys keep saying that they have changed people's lives for the better. They have only changed the VIP's lives for the better. Need me to get started? This is just a warm-up video for the week, but we've got some great videos coming out.
So proud of you, sir, because I know the attacks that you have personally experienced by several individuals that we will not name because they don't matter. They don't matter. And let me tell you, you sow what you reap.
Now, Kalpesh Patel may be the other person that she is referring to. He has sent me a message on WhatsApp, and he has told me that he can't believe that Keith has actually taken this role as the global sales representative. And he said, enough is enough. He's continuously lying to the community. Now, Kalpesh Patel rumoredly has been taking $1 million a day out of HyperVerse, and they have thrown him under the bus and said that he was responsible for part of the crash by creating multiple accounts. Now, this is the part that really pisses me off, is the fact that I've got videos. If you go back to the 21 account strategy, you can see that Keith Williams has also been creating multiple accounts and defrauding his own community. And now he's thrown Kalpesh Patel. Now, if Kalpesh Patel is the person who's crashed HyperVerse, good on you, I say, because you have brought this to an end quicker before more and more people. The only people that make money out of Ponzi schemes are the people at the top. And now that they're encouraging people to buy these purple NFTs, the people that have made money can afford to pay $10,000. I can't, because I'm just a poor little individual with a cheap suit. They will be the ones that will be able to make the money, not the people they're introducing. So watch this. So this is just modern day thieves. And this is why I don't care that poor Keith Williams isn't poor, is getting named and shamed by Danny.
Or you reap what you sow, rather.
You do reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow. I'm so dyslexic, guys. You reap what you sow.
I'm dyslexic.
And that person will get theirs in their timing.
Bring it on, brother.
But why I'm so proud of you is because I know what you've gone through. I know the offline things that people have done and what it takes for you to still come show up every week.
Now, just for a disclaimer, if they are talking about me, which I hope they are, I've actually done nothing online to Keith Williams. I'm in New Zealand and he's somewhere in the UK. The only stuff I've done is I've put my cards on the table. Every single thing that I've said about Keith Williams is on my YouTube channel.
Every week, you're still here. You have not taken a day off. You have not, even in the midst of everything that's been going on.
The reason why he hasn't taken a day off is quite obvious, isn't it? He's made so much money. He's been doing multi-level marketing. I think he said for 41 years, or was it 37 years? I lose count, but a long time. And this is the only thing that has really worked for him. When he said in the next video you're about to watch, he talks about how he went to Barcelona and he had no money and he just managed to get an air ticket together to get himself there. And that's when he went to the launch. I think it was, I can't remember what launch, but something to do with Hyper Capital at the time. So he's never been that wealthy himself. He's been rubbing, he's not been wealthy. So this is this big moment. So I don't think if you make sun when the sun shines, and I don't think I'd be worried about not having a holiday for a couple of years when so much money's coming in that you can't even count it. This guy is a multi-millionaire and he's made it and he's stolen from the poor and he's given to the rich. I think that's in the Bible, but the other way around, isn't it?
And a lot of people in the community don't know. Some of us do, because we're also going through it. But to see that kind of strength, that kind of mental fortitude, that kind of resilience.
This lady must live in fear, because why else would she have a blurry face? The thing is, the whole thing is all about fear, isn't it? And scare tactics. Pinakee Naaaaikkk's talking about the pension fund that you're getting paid out on being a Ponzi scheme, and the government's running a Ponzi scheme. But what he failed to mention is people are receiving their pension, not like HyperVerse, where everyone who's taken their money out of the pension, like Mark Lucas back in his video, and put it into HyperVerse because they were going to get 3 or 4 times their return in their investment, they have lost all their money. So it's not like that. So these are all just tricks, brain tricks, NLP training, trying to encourage people to trust them. And you can see he's done a good job. Let's not deny that. He's got a community that will follow him to the death.
That kind of leadership, that is why you are the global director. That is why.
What the hell is a global director? What is a global director? I mean, what is it? What does it mean? What clout does Keith Williams have? He has no power. He cannot fast track Mark Lucas's money, his $25,000. He doesn't have any clout. He is a puppet on a string. That's all he is. And now I believe that the reason he's got this title is because he's grooming. He doesn't want anything to do with HyperVerse, HyperFund, HyperCapital's losses. In fact, Courtney here last week was preaching that HyperTech Group was actually running a hedge fund. And HyperCapital, HyperFund, and HyperVerse were actually hedge funds. And then the very next week, you've got Pinakee Naaaaikkkk. He is actually telling us that hedge funds are risky businesses and these big hedge funds that fall over. And how he was telling us that by investing in these investment opportunities, sends all their cunning finances back into the hedge fund and causes them to crash. So I don't understand it all myself, but what I'm getting at, guys, is everything that comes out of these mouths, they're not united. And if they want to live in a ecosystem or live on the MetaVerse They've got Mr. H, who's producing videos telling us that we're going to live in a communist world again, and that's what they're preaching. So anyway, the bigger picture, it's not rocket science. The reason why Keith has appointed himself the global sales representative and doesn't want anything to do with HyperNation over here isn't rocket science, because what he wants to do is he has started using a word that you haven't heard much of lately, and he keeps talking about the platform. Now, the platform is what HyperNation now, theoretically, I believe they're trying to do is come up with a platform where they can get people a good sales team, and they can keep selling these memberships, and then they will turn the percentage that people get up and down as they bring in more and more people. I believe he's going to pretend he's going to buy HyperNation off himself. I believe he is the scam. He is HyperCapital, HyperFund, HyperVerse, and now HyperNation. And as the money's come in, he's hired people like Joe Hill. He's hired Joe Hill, whose real name isn't Joe Hill, but she was hired and she was paid by Keith Williams. And apparently he's bad at paying his bills. Don't go on about me paying my rent, mate. I pay my rent every week. And then the other one is Mr. H. I mean, who the hell is Mr. H? Is he paid? Oh, of course he is. He's no one. He wouldn't even put his name to his face. And let's look at the history. Let's go back to Reece Lewis. Now, Reece Lewis is the CEO of HyperVerse. Currently, theoretically, he still is, but he's nowhere to be seen. I've even offered a $100 reward if he turns up. Now, Keith mentions in the video that I'm going to do after this that he's always looked at himself as the CEO of HyperVerse. What an arrogant prat. So there is a CEO. He's been telling everyone that, listening to the CEO's messages and then claiming that he's always pretended that he is the CEO. How unrespectful is that to Reece Lewis? So is Reece Lewis being paid by Keith Williams? Is this whole Ponzi scheme just an elaborate mathematical equation? It looks like it is. And then in the video that we're about to watch, he criticizes me and he suggests that the advertising that I receive from my YouTube channel should go towards paying the people that he scammed. The reason why I get money for doing these YouTube videos, Keith Williams, is because I provide value. And these videos are helping people from not getting scammed by you. And that's what I'm doing. And the people that watch my videos don't have to pay for them. The advertisers pay YouTube. And YouTube give me some of the advertising that I do from generating these videos of value. And yes, I do need the money. I have for years been creating a passive income. Now, I used to own a business networking company. I spent 8 years of my life building it up. I used to have 150 members. They all paid me $59 a month, which generated around about $60,000 a year. Now, when COVID happened, everyone went on to Zoom. And that's sort of how I started my video career. But people they clouded over and they weren't interested, and I basically lost my business networking company. I still have one group with loyal people, but I haven't got the energy or the mindset to actually get back into what my company was, and I did it for 8 years. Time for a change. Now, I'm all about side hustles. What saved my partner and myself is that we do drop shipping, and we're quite good at it, and that took off, and we had a lot of people buying online, and that's what helped us. And we have a passive income. I spend about an hour a day running my drop shipping business, and that's a passive income. Now, the real sick thing, Mr. Keith Williams, you are selling people the ideal lifestyle of having a passive income. I'm into passive incomes. I believe everyone should have a side hustle, something that they can do that doesn't take much time but generates a living. And a YouTube channel is actually a fantastic way of doing it. Once you monetize, then YouTube can advertise on your YouTube channel. And as I said, they give you a little bit of the revenue. But to say to a YouTuber who's trying to do some good, who isn't followed a Christian, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, I have no interest in religion whatsoever now, but you're doing this in the name of God. Now, in the next video, this is my warm-up video, I'm just getting started this week, guys. What I'm getting at is that you're doing this in the name of God. You're saying that you've been blessed by God and he's given you this, look at you in the mirror, in the thing right now. You're praising God. You're saying you're doing this in the name of God. You're stealing from people. You're not Robin Hood, mate. You're the opposite of Robin Hood. You're stealing from the poor and you're giving to the rich. And I'll do my darndest. And I'm going to name and shame you. And the fact that you guys, Whitney and Susan Lawrence, that's at the bottom there. I mean, I had a lady telling me that she's appalled. Now, she's a professional person who's an accountant. And she's got a body or an organisation that she has to adhere to. Now, I've been helping. It's called the FCA. Now, she's listed on there as a financial, she's an accountant. So she's now actively promoting a Ponzi scheme. And she's on the next video I do saying that she's not happy with what I'm doing. Well, I don't care what you guys think. And I'm happy to be exposing you guys. And I have a passive income. I rent my house. I used to live in the country and I had a 10-acre block. I built my own house, had a purpose-built office, and I worked from a satellite dish to get the internet. And I worked from home with my wife at the time. Every morning she used to ride her horses and I used to go out and do target shooting. I even had my own indoor target shooting range. I drove a V8. She had a big four-wheel drive. We had yards, barns, irrigation, fences, the whole 9 yards, even had a ride-on lawnmower. So, yeah, and I've made a lot of money. I've had money. I know what it's like to have money. It went to my ex-wife's head, to be honest. I nearly died. I got a burst appendix the very next day when she said she wanted a divorce. I spent 2 weeks of my life fighting for my life in hospital. Get your priorities right, Keith Williams. Start doing some good. Don't sit here and claim that God has appointed you a global sales representative for HyperNation. You're contradicting yourself so pathetically. For example, you don't want anything to do with the debt of the verse or HyperFund or HyperCapital. And they're still saying that Sam Lee and Ryan Zhu is connected to all this. I mean, what? Give it up, mate. I mean, we've messaged each other, and I'm going to do a video about that if I have time in between my busy life on LinkedIn. And you are very sarky, mate. You're not a nice guy. You talk to me like I'm a piece of shit. And I talk to you like you are a piece of shit. But I'm giving value to people. You are not. You are stealing from people. I don't care what you say about me, mate. And I'm glad that you seem to be caring what I say about you. I'm going to get off my horse and I'm going to go back to listening to Courtney, who's actually trying to create herself a passive income by becoming a coach. Now, something really interesting. When I used to have my business networking company, once upon a time, I had 15 business coaches coming along, and they wanted to coach my members, my small to medium-sized businesses, and they wanted to help them become the business people they are. I can tell you now, not one of those business coaches out of the 15 that used to come along to my business networking group knew how to run their own business. Every business is different. Everything I've ever done. Now, I've done drop shipping. I made $100,000 out of affiliate marketing back in 2004. I know how that works. It won't work these days. It sounds good, but it doesn't work. Affiliate marketing is done and dusted. Ponzi schemes only work at the very start. And then the biggest one normally makes all the money and all the rest. Look at all the copycat Ponzi schemes out there. WeWe.global, Novatech, Hyper One. That made me crack up, that one. And all these ones, no more money to be made out of Ponzi schemes. People think they're cleverer than a Ponzi scheme. Do you think you're putting your money in? I know it's a Ponzi scheme. And I'll wait until I get my initial investment out. Then I'll rip it out. And then I haven't got anything to lose and I'll just play with the winnings. And then when it gets up to double the money, I'll take it all out and I've doubled my money. I'm cleverer than the Ponzi scheme. And that's what people are doing. I get messages every day from people saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm an authority on Ponzi schemes. And that's why I'm called Danny to Heck, the Ponzi scheme buster. anything like that. I got a message this morning from someone. Oh, can you help get my money out of HyperVerse? Oh, how much have you invested? Just $1,000. No, I can't. Oh, really? I've got friends that have invested as well. Can you get their money out? No, I can't. Oh, why can't you get the money out? Because it's a Ponzi scheme. Look at it as an investment. But when I saw Mike Lucas and listened to his story, I didn't think Mike Lucas was stupid. He's a man that's about to retire, and he believes what people say. And you guys go and prey on people. You exploit people, and this is disgusting. And I'm going to do my utmost. So could you hit the like button, the thumbs up button on this video, and this will share this video out to YouTube, and people will figure out who these people are. If this lady Courtney wants to hide behind a blurry face and claim that she knows how to help you create a passive income and she wants to coach you, shame on you, Courtney. Name and shame her in the comments. Who is this lady? Why does she think she has the right to hide? Susan Lawrence, what are you doing? You've built yourself up a professional business as an accountant, and you're on these leadership meetings like a little puppet after a carrot. You know, Pinakee, Naaaaikkkk. I mean, the fear tactics that you are giving people, and you're telling people, the mistruths that you are misleading people. You contradict yourself all the time. Keith Williams, get some professional help. Come on. I know you've made a lot of money. You talk about how you get nothing out of doing all these wonderful leadership meetings. You've really had a lot of steam pumped up your backside by these people over the last few months. But really, time to go get some help, mate. Money is not going to, you say things in the next video which just blows me away, that people will only remember you for what you do. Your family that you are often talking about, say if you passed away today, what legacy have you left? Oh, Keith was good at getting people's money. Oh, Keith was great at lying to somebody and looking them in the eye. Is that your legacy, Keith? Come on, mate. Yeah, fess up. Do the right thing. You've got money sitting there. Kalpesh Patel took your money. He knew what you're up to. He got out. He couldn't handle it. I'm not saying Kalpesh is a good guy. He's living in Dubai. I heard $1 million a day he was taking out at the end before HyperVerse crashed. I mean, people are saying he got $4 million a month out of it. The guy doesn't look like he's short of a dime. Is it really all about the money? And these people are blowing steam up your ass. I just can't get it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. But do hit the thumbs up button. And if I get any money towards this, I want to create a passive income for myself. And I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. So far, I've made enough money to pay for the camera that I'm talking to you on. Have you seen my office? It's pretty flash. This is not a money-making opportunity. This is a way of giving value back to people. And that's what I'm all about. Please do subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when my new video goes out. Let's carry on. We're halfway through. I'll try not to interrupt this time.
You deserve all of the flowers that you are receiving today. That is why all of us are putting up our hands to salute you and give you love, because you have proven yourself.
Proven himself a scammer, unfortunately.
Worthy of this position. This was not given to you because you just paid. And so for everyone that thinks that, the rich just keep getting richer. No. The people who continue to serve, they are getting their harvest.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. But who would think that the rich would be happy to steal from the poor? Mike Lucas. Check out the video, the $25,000 video in my YouTube channel.
So if you're sitting back and you're looking at this and you're saying, of course, I want you to take into consideration the weekends, the evenings that Mr. Williams has given. None of us get paid for training.
Yeah, we've just had that discussion. I won't get started again, but just wanted to scare you.
None of us who come here and give our time get paid for any of this. So when you see someone...
Excuse me, none of you get paid now because there's no money left, but you have invested $10,000 that you pulled out of where? Where did you get the $10,000 to buy the purple NFT from? Oh, I just found it. No, you got it from the reward money that you were doing. And this is the one thing I will say. They're saying they've got no money out of it. These guys are meant to be investing in the metaverse. And they're meant to be investing in the metaverse and building a future on the in the metaverse and for the help the ecosystem. But they haven't. They've been taking the money out.
Getting their just due, their just rewards, getting the recognition that they deserve because of the seeds that they have sown into this community, keeping people together, keeping the ship afloat, making sure that the leaders had a compass and everyone was still aligned, bringing in new talent, bringing in new trainers, bringing in new people, new voices, and allowing all of us to benefit from that. It is beyond me that you would seriously take your time to denigrate this man or anyone in this community instead of celebrating this. So to all of us, I am so happy that we are taking this moment to celebrate you, Mr. Williams. You deserve it. You deserve every piece of love and congratulations. And I hope you take the time to go through every one of those messages, even if you can't respond to everybody. You deserve this.
Actually, I did send you a message last night, Keith, on LinkedIn. So make sure, I know you haven't logged into Telegram, and your WhatsApp and LinkedIn for a long time. You seem to have walked away from that. It must be doing your head in. But if you could go to LinkedIn and reply to me, that'd be great. And the reply I actually want is, I've made so much money out of this. I know, Danny, that you're onto me, and I understand I've made a lot of money, but I would like to actually help Mike Lucas get his $25,000 back. What is his contact details? That's the message I'm hoping to get from you, Keith.
I really hope you sit in your receiving energy and just really receive this love from all of us because you have been through the fire.
The blurry suckerfish lady gives Keith Williams some advice.
You have been through things that most of us could never have, which is why you're getting what most of us will sometimes never get because we're not willing to do the things that you're willing to do. So thank you. Thank you for being who you are. We love you. I am so proud of you.
Give her a big hug. Wouldn't you just love to give Whitney a big hug?
Crazy. I've never met you. And it's like, I feel like you're family. And when you come to Canada, there's no way that you are coming to Canada and you're not seeing me. I'm just saying. So let's just I understand that there's V5 this and V whatever this. I'm a little old pro member over here, but there's no way you are coming to Canada and you are not coming to see me. It's just not happening.
Absolutely.
I'm taking you and the family out to dinner. We're going to...
Keith, she won't shut up. So she does this for about 6.5 minutes. So Keith's trying to talk, and she just keeps talking. She's one of those people, probably like me, really love the sound of her own voice. Love it. Love it. Let me play a noise. That's not my voice. That's an elephant. But it was quite neat, wasn't it? All right.
Talk outside of HyperNation. I just want to spend time with you and your family. But sincerely, sir, thank you for everything that you have done for me personally, for this amazing community. And when you say that October is going to be a good month, I am excited. I know you would never say those words if there was not something that was truly coming that was going to.
No, and this is a stupid thing. This was recorded 10 days ago. Yep, about 10 days ago. And there has been an announcement. And guess what? There's 3 new managers appointed. And one of them is Brenda Chunda, and she was on yesterday. I haven't got that recording yet. And the funny thing, just going on a bit longer, is D, whatever his name is, the guy that runs all the Zoom meetings, he's trying to stop me from getting these videos you're looking at. And you know what he's done? This is the logic. He's decided to block out all the New Zealand ISPs. So anyone in New Zealand can't get access to the leadership meetings. But if you want access, and you're not New Zealand, if you go into the descriptions of my videos, I'll put the usernames and passwords in there for you. So help yourself. It's not a problem. And the funny thing is, there's people in the community that are not liking you, Keith. They are the ones that are giving me these videos. So you've got a problem in your wonderful community, people who are hating you, and they are there as spies. It's like Russia. They're spying on you, Keith. And everything you do to stop me just fuels my fire. And I want to name and expose you to everybody because you're a dirty, rotten scammer. So no point blocking New Zealand because all the poor people in New Zealand that believe in HyperNation can't access the hyper community. So sad. And why would I want those videos anyway? I've got better quality stuff coming in. Thank you very much.
Be of benefit. And I hope that the haters that still come on this call and pre our business and mako our business, I hope you choke on the success.
Don't be a sucker fish.
Of what is about to happen in HyperNation. I hope.
Ooh, what's going to happen is all the VIP 5s are now lethal weapons. And they're going to work their way up to VIP 7, push their way up the rank, and then they're going to be trained. And they're going to be on the phones. They're going to be knocking on your doors just like the Jehovah's Witnesses used to do. And then they're going to say, I've got an investment opportunity for you. Meet Mr. H. And they'll have a mask on. But no, really, this is actually going to be a problem. I don't believe we're seeing the end of it. I mean, they've got the assets out of all the bankrupt hedge funds, and they do have a lethal sales team. These guys don't care. And in the video I'm about to do, now I'm all warmed up and I'm ready to go, is actually a shocker because they are with Keith to the end. They're on the Titanic with Keith and it's sinking. Other people are getting on the life rafts and going off to other Ponzi schemes. But Keith's on there, he's playing the instruments and everyone truly believes in Keith. So this is really a shame. This is not good mentally. The mental health that this is causing people. Like, go and have a listen to Mike Lucas's video. Tell me that he's in good mental health after having an association with HyperVerse. Because this is the other side of it, Keith. You sit here and you've got your trumpet going, telling everyone how wonderful you are and what you've done for the community and how close-knit you are, but you're a bunch of dirty scammers who are defrauding people, exploitation of people's pension funds. Pinakee, Naaaaikkkk, is there telling everyone that the pension is a Ponzi scheme. Why would you do that to people? I work on my life, I start getting paid the pension, and I get interested in doing a few side hustles, found this Ponzi scheme Zoom meeting, and there's a guy in there telling me that my pension is a Ponzi scheme, and it's about to stop. Oh, and look, he's got a way of getting my money out of my pension and putting it into a pyramid marketed, multi-level marketed piece of shit platform. Keith is about to announce that he has bought the platform that HyperNation owns, and he is going to start up an independent Ponzi scheme. That's my bet. You watch this spot. Let's hear the last of Brittany, whatever her name is. She's not very smart.
It makes you sick to your stomach when you see how good it is about to get in this HyperNation, in this HyperVerse, with all of these amazing people that have still stayed together, resilient amongst all of your BS that you have tried to throw at us.
Brilliant. Now, just before I get stuck into the next video, I better make sure the next video doesn't go on for 3 hours, which is really funny because the success of HyperNation was because of the success of crypto. And basically, crypto and passive incomes went skyrocketing up. And Keith says himself that it was just unreal how much the price of crypto going up affected the growth of the community. Now he's hoping that it will come back to up to 30%. He's lost 70 to 80% of his crypto investments, how he says in the next video, which you're going to watch, right? And you're going to hit the thumbs up, right? And you're going to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell and be notified when a new video comes out. What I'm getting at is the fact that the success of the last Ponzi scheme was because of the growth of crypto. Now, in business, I do believe the 7-year cycle where things go up and down, the economy goes up and down. So it's going to take a long time before HyperNation actually gets traction, if it ever does. And the appointing Keith the global sales representative isn't anything to do with a promotion. There's a strategy behind it. Now, at the Shashumi show, David, Troy, and Marcus, they ran a Zoom meeting helping people who couldn't get their money out of HyperVerse. They got the community from Keith and they started helping that community. They said they did it with their hand on their heart. Then they got a big Zoom meeting together. They had 5,000 people in a Zoom meeting. And they were talking about the HyperVerse people. I didn't see it, so I don't know all of it. Could be wrong. And then they dropped the opportunity in the Zoom meeting. They had all the Novatech people in there. And they were basically telling people to diversify and get in bed with Novatech, which is another Ponzi scheme. And now I'm getting people telling me that Novatech is not a Ponzi scheme. And it's a real thing because they're getting money out of it. Rinse and repeat, another Ponzi scheme. But my point is, Keith saw this happening, and all of a sudden the community that they built up over the last 3 years was getting stolen by Troy, David, and Marcus. Not only that, Kalpesh has gone off, and Kalpesh has probably stolen the money out of Keith's HyperNation because he is HyperVerse, HyperNation, HyperFund. He is. There's no Sam Jew and Sam Lee and Ryan Jew. So now my take on it is that what they're going after here is trying to keep the community together. And that's why he's decided to stick his neck out even further and really control his community, which he has done. But he says in his next video that there was 1 million active people in HyperVerse and HyperNation. 1 million. Between 750 and 1 million active people. They're all leaving because they aren't getting paid. The only reason they're staying in these communities is because of the money, because you've sold them a passive income, but you haven't been delivering. So now they're leaving. So this is the scramble that he's trying to do. He's trying to stop people leaving. He's trying to stop being exposed. This is actually over. HyperNation opening was a flop. They forced people who had lost all their money, if they wanted to get their money, to spend another $100 on a yellow NFT. They're now talking about the Joe Blogs public can buy a green NFT for $125,000, and they will also have opportunities to invest and buy these membership plans. I have got a video that I may do a talk over on explaining how to get your rewards out of HyperNation and how that's structured. That may be coming up this week. I've got a whole week of videos, but let's hear the end of Brittany. She's going to go on for another 30 seconds.
We're still here, and it's still good over here, and it's still going to continue to be good over here.
Okay.
We love you, Mr. Williams.
No, we don't.
Pinakee, I love you so much. You are dope, dope, dope. And thank you guys so much for allowing me a few words of just love and appreciation.
So much.
Bye, guys.
Love you. I'm coming to Canada without seeing you. You're part of the family now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, last two to go, and then we're going to call it a day.
Alrighty. So the last two to go are on my other video, but I couldn't help but do a video just on Courtney, the blurry suckerfish lady, as I've labelled her. That's her AKA. Now, I found out today what AKA stands for, and I actually am now Danny to Heck, AKA Ponzi Scheme Buster. So what are the other name? Oh, I've forgotten what it is. Anyway, I'll find out. But I think the K stands for, forgetting. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. This was meant to be a short video. Obviously, I was a bit carried away. It's now 43 minutes. I just wanted to show that Courtney, is it Courtney? Whitney? Forgotten the name. It doesn't matter. Blurry fish, suckerfish lady is basically in bed with the community, and she's going to stay there until she dies. And a lot of them are very loyal to the community. But I just wanted to do a special video just on Whitney. That's it, Whitney. So, hey, thanks for watching, and I shall now push stop, pause. You have been listening to the Danny D. Heck YouTube channel, and if you would be so kind to hit that thumbs up, it will tell YouTube you like my video, and it will send it out to others, and we'll be able to save people from investing in Ponzi schemes and losing all their pension funds. I'm Danny D. Heck, and I thank you for watching. Okay, so there you go. It's now 11:53, and if you've been watching me on my live YouTube channel, this video, I'm going to bang this one out and get it out hopefully in the next 2 or 3 hours. It takes me around about, probably this one will take me probably 5 hours to do, to get them live, and then I have to write up all the notes, and that's a real pain in the bum when you're dyslexic, but hey, yeah, that's what happens. So, hey, thank you for watching my YouTube live. Remember, I'm not clever enough yet to know how to interact with people while I'm recording, and also read your comments. So if you have posted any comments, thank you very much. Sorry I couldn't answer them. I will go back and answer them after I watched to see if anyone actually has commented. If you haven't commented, that's fine. I don't care if you don't love me. All right, so that's cool. So I'm going to stop my live. That was 50 minutes worth of live, and do hit the thumbs up of this one, and I really enjoyed having you